Guess what, guys? We're in no man's land. And in case you don't know what no man's land is, well, yesterday afternoon, we checked out of Nigeria and we still have not checked into Cameroon. So unofficially, we're in Cameroon, but today we gotta go to the border town, get our stamp, and then go to Banyo. This is so remote up here that they don't do all your final paperwork. So we have to go to the next town, which is Banyo, to do our paperwork. That's Banyo. That's about 34 kilometers away. This road is infamous for being, well, rocky and rolly and scary. We've already had some bits back in Nigeria. We're supposed to have some more along this way, so we're a little bit nervous today. But we do have a lot of experience that we gained from there. And I gotta tell you, we slept pretty good last night. One beautiful thing about staying up here in the mountains is it's nice and cool. So it got down into the upper 60s last night. Great sleeping weather. Right now it's probably in the low 70s. So we slept really good. Snow heard a couple noises, unfortunately. But it's good. She's our guard dog because I sleep right through. There's a lot more trees up in these mountains than we saw back in Nigeria, and so that's really pleasant and a pretty change. We saw some monkeys darting through. We didn't get them on the film. There's also some cows and goats and people and other stuff that we love to see on the journey. So let's go. Let's get this Banyo road done. So this is the section right here. If you can see, there's just trenches on both sides, wheel ruts if you will. So what would happen during rainy season, you would just slide down in there and we would literally bottom out. We wouldn't have the wheels to do anything. But since it's dry, we're able to stay up on these ruts and straddle it. And it's still kind of scary, but definitely doable.
We pulled out of our camp and we've hit the ruts right away. There was no warm up, just pull out and we're in it. So far it's been manageable. A few times we're leaning quite a bit, but after about 500 feet of maneuvering the rutty roads, what'd we see, Kurt?
We saw monkeys!
Now, I don't know if they show up on the pocket because, you know, they ran across the road really fast, a few hundred feet ahead of us, and I tried. They were watching us. They were hiding. There was probably 30 or 40 of them, little cute ones, hiding over in the trees and bushes as we went by. So we'll have to see if they show up, but that's always a good way to start the day.
And let me tell you guys, we've been up in about 5,000 foot of elevation for, well, a couple days now. That's what we're doing. We're riding along this mountain ridge. Today we got to come down out of these mountains, and so there's going to be a lot of downhill. Whenever there's ups and downs, especially downs, you get a lot of washout from the rain and the mud and these clay roads. It's ruts, it's irregular, it's tippy, it's turny, and that's what we got to deal with today. That's what we're dealing with from the start. So I need to get this coffee finished so I can get 2 hands on the wheel and we can get down these mountains. Is that a river right there? That's a river.
Yeah, we might have a crossing. Well, this might be where they built one of the bridges.
Oh, there's a bridge. I think we should go off to the right here. What do you think?
Can you?
I don't know. I guess we got to go through this mess.
You just go. If you go to the right, you have to go slow. If you go straight, you don't.
I don't know if we can make that slope.
That's
I think
what
we
I
gotta
mean.
go
That's
straight.
why I think you go straight.
There you go.
All right.
Well, we just flattened it out for everybody else. As I understand, we have a couple more of these river crossings to do, and I think this is kind of one of the infamous ones. And you know, the big problem is you come out of the water and everybody carries the water out of the river up into this spot right after, and it's just a muddy mess. And fortunately they have a little concrete spillway there you can see, and so we just kind of put it in low 4x4 and gunned it through there. Some of you ask if we really need 4x4, and I'm going to tell you, when we need it, we need it. But obviously, if you can see through here, we just basically graded that, so our bottom was just riding on this mud right here, and there's some little rock chips in there that kind of give you a little bit of traction. But we have a lot of stuff under chassis, and so, you know, we're at big risk when we hit stuff like this, and we always worry about it. I think Snow's told you in some of the last episodes, at this point in time, we're in survival mode. If we break it, we'll fix it. We just need to keep the van running and get through this mess. But anyway, we plowed through there. This other alternative, we were afraid if we came up this way, we would risk flipping the van over right there. You can see the slope and the hole that is right here. And, you know, I mean, there's about a 2-foot difference right there. So that's a little tricky spot. Maybe we could have made it. Looking at it now, we probably could have made that route. But in any event, we made it through there, and we're glad. Let's hope that's the worst river crossing we have, but I think we have 2 more of those, so they're always scary. Let's get back on the road and get going, guys. And you can see, we just stopped for a second, and kids are gathered around the van, around this little village. Whew. Anyway, I checked under the van. There's no permanent damage. We're banged up on some stuff. We know that. We're gonna have to do some repairs. How you doing? But I think we're okay. Guys, after coming up that steep hill, we came to a small town. I don't know the name of it. It was a really super small village. We had to give them a copy of our passport, and they took a picture of our CDP. No official paperwork there, but there were gates we do need to check in. We have to get to Banyo to do the official stuff, maybe even the capital city. to get the final paperwork, not sure. We have about 30 kilometers of road left. It's challenging. It's certainly not as scary as day one on this road, but it is challenging. Snow is holding her breath. She's white knuckling. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to get on film because she is a nervous Nelly. It's all good. We're going to make it through this, guys.
So, it does look like in sections of this road, at least so far, they've done some work. Some sort of grading or something where it smoothed it out. I don't know if they drag stuff behind the trucks or if they actually have a piece of equipment that comes through here. But there are sections that are decent, and then sections that aren't. Ooh, like this one. Oh boy. Okay, which way are we gonna go, Curdy?
All right, so there's a big rock right in the middle. That's too high for us, and you can see all the undulations, all the surface irregularities. That rock is in the middle of the road, so the question is, can we squeeze to the right of that and go around that rock? And even if we do, you can see there's a huge drop off and a huge dip. To the left, which is I think the way we're going to go, if we squeeze to the left of that rock, we definitely have some big dips. But I think we're going to go to the left right here. As you guys see how this plays out, we got to kind of bounce, and this is going to rock and roll us. I don't know. I don't think I can make it between there.
No, and I think that'll put us up. I think we try to squeeze over here.
I think we're going to try to squeeze. We're going to back up and try to squeeze on the right of this.
In worst case, you go up on it a little bit right there. All right, wait, you got to go your way, your way. All right, that's good. You're right on it. Sliding down it a little. Go your way a little. You got to go your way. There you go. What was that?
I don't know, but I want to look at this rock right here.
Okay.
I think I'm going to turn left now and try to straddle the rock.
Okay, in the
So I'm going
back.
to turn left hard.
Okay. All right. Oh, there was a rock we were going up on there that I couldn't see. You can straighten it out if you need to.
No, I want to do this because I want to get...
Okay. Okay. Oh. Ah.
All right, this is definitely another tricky spot right here. If we go to the right, you can see how much it slopes. It's almost an impossible slope. And so the question is, do I try to stay up top or do I try to go down to the bottom? What do you think? This way or this way? Left or right? I'll go right here. Keep my tire to the edge. Yeah. No, I want to stay to the edge. All right, you can see the van's dipping. My front left is dipping down, and now my front left is coming over the hill. So now I'm going to tip back way hard to the right. All right, my front right tire now is not on the ground. And when the back tire, so my front left tire came way up off the bottom, or way up off the ground, and that was the scary part right there.
You started sliding. Wow. I had to dive out of the way.
I know. I don't know how the cameraman did on that, but hopefully you guys got it. Anyway, that was, believe it or not, that was definitely not that scary compared to a lot of the stuff we've been on. So
it's just tricky, though.
It's tricky and it is scary, but on these roads, I mean, that's sort of the norm, kind of. I hate to say it. That we're gonna go right here.
So we need to skim this rock?
Yeah, right.
Perfect. Off to our right over here, got a little farming operation. And it seems like anytime there's a little valley or a little kind of gully or canyon, whatever you want to call it, that they utilize it for farming. There was some terraces, some of it fenced off. There was definitely some bananas. And they're out here working right now. Just past a lady hoeing her fields. So it's just interesting to see that kind of thing as we're driving along this horrible road. So the men seem to ride motos, and they look like maybe their jobs are taxis or delivery people. The women, we passed them walking up and down the streets or the road. And they still, of course, carrying things on their head. But Cameroon's, just like every country we've come through so far, they are bringing the bright colors and the pretty dresses. We just passed some ladies that were carrying the stuff on their head, and they were carrying benches. So they're going somewhere to go to work where they need to sit down because they carry their chair with them. But I love the bright colors of Africa. All right, we come around the curve and we saw them on the other side of the bridge. And we were so excited because we saw 3 other overlanding vehicles. But then we had to focus on the bridge, and one of the ladies helped us. And then we stopped and we chatted with them for maybe 20 or 30 minutes.
Anyway, there's some comfort now in knowing that we have somebody who's right behind us if something happens, who can give us a hand or whatever, because we were feeling pretty vulnerable and alone up until this point.
Yeah.
So, woo, what an amazing meetup though. What fun. 2 couples were from France. The single guy was from Austria, and they've kind of bumped into each other in various countries along the way. And we're at a junction or crossroads here, so we got to figure out what we're going to do.
Okay. There's a few things to update you guys on. One, we had another river crossing, and our fellow travelers that are a little bit behind us are, we got to film one of them come on up it, but then we had to get out of the way, so we kept going. But the other one is, when we left visiting with them, I slammed the slider door while the screen wasn't closed all the way, or the
screen
we were on a slant or something like that. Anyway, I wedged the door. It's closed, but it's not closed properly. So that is the horrendous squeak, creaking noise that you hear that makes the van sound like it's falling apart. We'll deal with that once we get to Banyo. Curt looked at it for a little bit, and it's going to take a few tools. So the other thing is the road comes and goes in spurts. Nothing as bad as day one, thank goodness, but there are some sections that require some figuring out what to do, and some going up on 3 wheels, but we're getting closer. Now we've gone through that one river crossing. We went through the dry riverbed. That's where we filmed the other Overlander, and we're about 2.3 kilometers from another river crossing. So hopefully that one's doable as well. So that's your update. Curt, how far are we from our end point?
We've got 20 kilometers to Banyo, and from talking to those guys, they say they think the roads get good after Banyo.
Let's hope so.
We weren't sure, so we'll see.
We'll find out. So 2.3 kilometers to the next river crossing, 20 kilometers to Banyo, where we officially get us in the van checked in. Whew. And a fun squeaky noise to finish out this journey.
To grind on our nerves.
As we've traveled through Nigeria and now into Cameroon on these back roads, the locals are always friendly and wave and smile. But now that we're on the path, the overlanders take, and there's no other way through here. So this, 100-kilometer stretch. Ooh, hold on a second. I guess we go through the puddle, huh, Curt?
Do we go through the puddle, or that's the bridge?
You want to go see?
Yeah, no.
We don't know what it looks like on the other side. Okay.
I think we can stay right up here on the left.
It's pretty skinny. anyway, as I was saying, I keep talking to you to try to remain calm as we weave our way through this. Oh, it's good. It's good. The locals on this stretch through these villages, they know what we're doing. They're used to probably several hundred of us coming through each dry season, and they cheer us on, you know, fists in the air, like, woo, go, crazy people, go. And it's kind of fun, isn't it, Kurt?
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of them don't really know how treacherous this journey is, but I'm sure they hear some stories. I'm sure they hear some stories.
Well, there's probably people that have broken down and been stuck in these villages for a while and needed the help of the locals, and I think they probably get it like we did in Kundara back in Guinea. But yeah, you can definitely tell they're not as shocked to see us, but the way they cheer us on is fun.
Yeah.
All right, we have reached the river crossing. Looks like they've done some grading on it. There's definitely some water, a little bit of mud. And I think maybe, do you think we put it in low to get up that hill, Kurt?
I think we go.
Four-wheel drive,
I think we go two-wheel drive. I think we just do it.
They made it across the river, no problem. Now these guys, we have a dually. So we have 6 wheels. They have 6 wheels, but they have a different 6 wheels. And you can see that pickup truck with the camper top in the back. He's grinding it out low gear. It doesn't look like he's having any problem.
Oh, he got some issues with the motor. He only got half power right now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He got some issues with going up steep right now. Normally he shouldn't, but he does right now because he got issues. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
I guess the chain, huh?
Looks like he stalled. All right, he's cranking it up. He's gonna try again. Here he goes. He got her cranked. He's fighting. You got it, come on, man, you got it! Woo! Woo! All right, he made it up the top. Not without problems, but he made it. This is the pickup truck through there with the camper topper. You can see it bouncing, rocking, rolling. They're hanging out. They got it. Woo! Woo! Nice job, guys. Woo!
Did you leave your wife back there?
Ask my wife. Don't want to leave her here.
Yeah, no, you gotta wait on her.
I've got a problem with the engine.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
For the carburetor, I only 2 cylinders.
Oh, no. Oh boy.
I got 4 cylinders, but only 2 work.
Woo! The West Africa journey. It's hard on all vehicles, not just ours. Woo! All right, what do we got? 17 kilometers to Banyo. And I haven't wanted to say this to y'all yet because I wasn't sure if we were gonna make it, to be honest. I feel like we're gonna make it for pretty sure now. That was the last spot we had seen on the video footage where we did our research. We made it through. The wheels are still turning on this bus. And If you've been following this whole West Africa series, you know that all of our pre-planning, everything leads us to this point. We had to make it to Banyo before the rains come, and it was close. The rains are right behind us. But we still got to get there. Look at these cows. Oh, I'm getting more and more of the stress is just coming off of me, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there.
My wristwatch is broken, my shoes are untied. Time is a-ticking, and so is the tide. But I am not worried, things are what they are. Come rain or come shine or a shooting star. I've been to the south, I've been to the north, east and the west, the middle of course. I may have been astray, but I've never been lost, never been beat by the road I've crossed. I guess I've been lucky to some degree, for someone who ate all the fruit from the tree. Stars been aligned and my goose hanging high. I'll be okay in the sweet by and by. I was born at morning on the first day of June, 1900 and something and two. My mom was a sweetheart, my father was too. They left me a watch and an old pair of shoes.
I have to admit, it was a little bit fun to be kind of in a convoy.
That was
for a little
so
bit.
cool
Yeah.
watching those guys go up and around.
Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
was awesome.
And the guy with the car problem, struggling getting up the hill, we know that feeling for sure.
Watching the pickup truck with the camper topper rocking back and
slide,
forth.
just his butt slide down in a hole. It was a lot of fun. They were very nice guys. They're gonna stop, I think, for a little break.
To cool his engine. He's having engine problems.
Take a little break before the border. I have a feeling they may catch us at the border while we're doing our paperwork. If not, that was fun. We'll see you guys somewhere out on the road. It's always fun to run into travelers, like-minded travelers.
That was a blast.
They're as crazy as we are. But now, what do we got? 13 kilometers to Banyo.
And I
Ah,
think we kind of made it back to
we'll
what's
see.
considered a more main road. So I think it's going to get better for a while.
You'll cross your fingers. Kurt spoke too soon. The last 13 kilometers are not going to be easy, smooth roads. A little bit more to do, but it's definitely not as bad as it's been. We are now 11 kilometers from Banyo. We're going to put the camera down. Y'all have seen enough of this road. We've filmed enough of this road. We'll see you when we get to the city and we do our border official paperwork. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.